Let's go. Hello, everyone. How are we all? Is everyone okay? Welcome to the podcast. Back with Martin and Tom, Mr. Non and Senpai Ku. How is everyone? Spionen, how are you doing? Yeah, you can see Big Bang in the background.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. What's up, Spionen? How you doing, dude?
Hi.
Nice song. Which song? Because it's only of the intro ones. That's our local band, Nova Mora, who it's a relatives band of mine, and they're kicking ass. They're loving it.
Kicking ass.
Me and Martin kind of know pretty much the lyrics to both their songs that they've published at the moment.
Oh, that's only because it's something we listen to for the streams
On like a daily basis.
But yeah, so this week has been another cool down period for us at PvE as well, especially with Game Blast finishing. We've been a bit patchy with streaming as it stands.
We got the Geek Lab coming back to the UK today, tomorrow. Tomorrow.
He's leaving
tomorrow.
To
tomorrow.
he's literally leaving in a couple of hours, but he will be back like 12 hours after. As flight wise goes.
Sorry. Just gonna go grab my monster.
I gotta anyway.
Yeah.
So he'll be on his way back, which is cool.
Yeah.
Okay, have you heard about Satisfactory? Yes, I have. It looks cool.
Who?
Satisfactory is a game like Factorio.
I love Victoria.
But made into 3D where you play first person and it looks awesome.
No
Sounds
way.
like a VR thing.
No.
Should be a
It
VR
should be a
thing.
VR thing.
Huh?
Oh, in the
No,
background.
that's Big Bang Theory.
That's two very, very different. Two very different programs there.
Oh,
Thing is, Spioner hates the buttons, so
yeah.
that will really piss him off. Yes.
But yeah, there's not anything big that's dropped this week news wise, but it's just more of a lot of little bits and pieces
Leading up to
like
big things.
there's new updates for Anthem, there's new news coming out for Apex.
There's news for everything that's current.
Yeah, I mean, Mario's been around for 30 years, so happy birthday, Mario.
And
Is
your
there
brother,
like
I guess.
They're like a little.
There's the fail Mario song.
Yeah, but I want some
So-
some happy music for. Yeah.
There you go.
So, Satisfactory, you could do like massive conveyor belt systems and stuff, and massive machinery, and they all link up to a central hub, and it's really cool.
Yeah, so it's
This
basically Factorio, but in 3D.
Yeah, it's like Factorio in Minecraft.
That's
Like
So
had
what?
had a
So
murder baby.
is this coming out?
No, it's
or-
out.
It's out.
It's out, and I
On
think we should
where?
get it at Epic. I think we should get it and
Epic?
play it. Yeah.
Hey, that looks insane.
So it's not on Steam then.
No, it's not on Steam.
That looks so cool.
Where's it to?
Epic Games.
New console? What do you mean new console?
New console coming out. Isn't Oz in the
Yeah, ours is in the Discord.
Yeah, Ozzy, come in.
There he is.
Hello.
Delay.
I am here.
Hello, buddy.
Hello.
You're alright?
Are you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, new console.
What do you mean new console?
New Xbox console.
You've got a new Xbox.
No, there is a new Xbox
There
console.
is a new one.
What?
Yeah.
When's it coming out?
Rumoured to be launched in May.
Yeah.
This May.
Yeah, before E3.
Ah, see, and this is the thing. I said that PlayStation would be.
How much?
I reckon they would announce it in December.
I was expecting Satisfactory to be like 15 quid, not £27.
That's early access as well.
They're called Coffee Stain Studios.
Slime Ranch is
Where is
free
Slime
too.
Ranch free?
Ah.
Is it free? Free now. Click on Slime Ranch because I like that game. That looks like fun.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Okay, guess what I'm doing when I get home.
What do you mean when you get home? Ask Martin. Right? I'm sure maybe we can play some tonight.
Yay!
I'm a simple person. I'm a simple person with a simple mind.
Slime Rancher, what's that?
It's literally a game where you play as a slime rancher.
Ranch. Slime.
So essentially,
You ranch slime.
So you go and find slimes. You put them in pens, and then you feed them, and then you pick up their plorts, which is food, and then you sell it for gold, so you can upgrade and buy more stuff. And it's literally just like a little farming thing.
So it's like a slime version of Farming Simulator, but made for dummies.
Like, oh wow,
okay, made for amateurs.
made for simple people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
No, it's one of it's one of those
So
games.
irrelevant.
It's one of those games
That's why
that you
it's
can
funny.
play, and you get nowhere with it, but it's funny.
Okay.
And then you can pick up the slimes and you can throw them into the water, and if you throw them in the water, they dissolve.
So you
Drown
basically
them?
kill them.
Yeah.
Kill
That's a bit dark.
There's got to be a dark twist to every game, doesn't there?
It's a dark twist to
What's
every
the dark
game.
twist in Farming Simulator?
Could probably total a vehicle, and if you really, really, really think about it, you could probably kill cows. I tried to cut Ben up with a chainsaw. Just put it out there.
Well, no, but you could not feed the cows, and technically you're starving them to death, aren't you?
That's even worse.
I think that's as far as it goes with Farm Simulator.
You also can like deforest everywhere and like destroy the environment.
Yeah.
Jordan, I know about a fair few of games. To be fair, a fair few of games. I know
Fair
about a
few
fair few.
of games.
I know about a fair few games.
I'm the only one who knows about games.
Would you like to know about this new Xbox console?
We'd love to ask.
Okay, so it's not so much a new console, but a different version, as they obviously like to do.
Yeah.
So it's another version of the Xbox One S.
So it's
an
not
all-
actually then the next generation console. It's just a
No.
new
It's
version
an updated
of
console.
the Xbox
It's
One.
just
all
an
it's
update.
digital.
It's a
version.
hey, put some money into Microsoft so we can afford to bring out a next gen console for you guys next year.
So it's an all digital console. They've taken away the disc tray,
Mm,
and we'll only be able to play digital.
I like
versions.
having discs.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It's kinda
for
like
the
a
PlayStation. I
collectible.
like having the solid copy of the game.
Yeah, maybe so. And I think this is the problem with console gaming is that everybody likes the solid hard copy,
Yeah.
whereas
PC
pull
games
out
doesn't really
pull out
happen.
your PC hard copy collection. They don't even have a CD drive. Like they are so
I have a CD drive.
irrelevant now.
I know. I haven't used my CD drive in so long.
Yeah, but this is the point: is that Steam is that big that you're able to have like everything on one single platform when it comes to that, or specific games when you want like Division 2 and you have to go for Uplay.
I like the fact that the Switch and that has stayed to like cartridges.
Just cartridges.
I like that because
Yeah.
I think the cartridges are quite cool. And Fiona wants to learn coding. I have no idea about coding.
Yeah.
C++ or C#. I know a lot of C++, but C++ and C# are very similar. It's just different structures that they have. So it's just slightly coded differently, and that's about it. But yeah, that's what I've done my masters.
Not a clue, honestly.
I'll play the game.
You can sit me, yeah. You can sit me in front of it and go, "This is what I have to do." I'll be like,
I'd still fuck it up.
yeah,
I'm still fucking up.
yeah.
I'm being honest with myself. I ain't smart.
I'm just there, man.
I'm just being honest. I got the date wrong of something and I turned up 24 hours early. I mean, come on. How stupid can you be?
Yeah, see, to turn up 24 hours early.
Yeah.
I could understand telling somebody, oh yeah, it's today, and then going, oh wait, hang on, no, it must be tomorrow.
No, I read it and I got ready and I messaged my friend and I was like, cool, I'm heading over. He was like, yeah, it's not till tomorrow. I was like halfway there at the time and I was like,
Turn around.
so I was like, well, my car needs a good run anyway. So I drove all the way up the motorway and back again. I was like, fine.
Yay! Drive time.
Yeah.
C++ it is then.
Yeah, C++ is more of a common language that you can have more transferable skills from. So, like we were saying yesterday, C++ is a gateway into, and then you
Don't start about the gateway again, please.
It's a marijuana to gaming.
That was a never-ending conversation last week. Let's not go back there.
Yeah, it's basically an easy language to be able to learn. Then you can learn more procedural languages, mail scripting, Python, which are easy languages, but as long as you understand the principle of how coding works, which is usually like C++, is universal to all of them. C#, it has a limited functionality, but it's similar in a way to
I'd
C++.
sit there and just be like, I can't
No!
read. I can't
No.
read. Like, it would just, spaz my brain right out. I thought you were going to say it then. Just, I can't read.
Yeah, see, that's exactly it. That's exactly how you would say it
I
if you
was
was to look
gonna
at
be
coding.
like
Yeah.
mean, but I decided against it.
Oh no, honestly, throw every insult you can because it's genuinely true.
I mean, coding spazzes your brain out. What spazzes my brain out is the fact you don't like cheese.
I was expecting something worse, but
Oh, I could have said a lot worse, but I just don't understand a person that orders his pizza and asks for the cheese to be taken off.
yeah.
What did you just say?
I don't know anyone that likes fish and chips without vinegar on their chips.
Funny enough, a lot of people don't like vinegar.
Really?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't like salt and things.
Yeah, my sister doesn't like salt.
You got salt and vinegar on your chips.
Gotta have some
Get
vinegar
it
on
with chippy.
chips.
Oh yeah.
Got
Yeah, but there are a lot of people out there that don't like
Yeah,
salt.
there's a couple.
There's a lot of people that don't like
out
vinegar.
there.
There's a lot of people that don't like pepper.
There's
There's
a lot of people that don't
don't like
like
cheese.
There's a lot of people that don't like chips. And there's a lot of people that don't like cheese because they're lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who don't like cheese.
I love that you just didn't even say anything.
Go on.
You won't.
Just looked at me.
You won't.
He was going to say something, but I think he was scared.
No.
No.
But I am right. People that don't like cheese usually
Can bear on pizza, yeah. But there's
Oh, don't.
people like me that just don't like
Just be
it in
honest.
general.
No. Just no.
What
No.
did you say about?
No.
Oh, here we go
No.
again on my.
I want to leave already.
Wait,
Living.
where's
It's
the?
taking too
I'm gonna press that one.
My mind's telling me no. My mind's telling me no.
Pineapple on pizza, good or bad?
Bad.
Bad.
Massively bad.
I don't
Like, which fucking moron puts fucking pineapple on pizza?
I don't like
Pizza
cooked
was invented
pineapple.
in Italy, and then it decides to travel halfway around the world, and some wanker decides that, well, what have we got lying around? Pineapple. Oh, let's put that on there. No. Tom's like, I'm out. He's ranting. He's doing that
doing it
ranting again.
And here we have the gateway.
Stop! No, I'm not a big fan of cooked,
topping
cooked
to
pineapple.
pizza.
No, neither am
I don't
I.
like it in like
But
sweet and sour
the
stuff
thing
either.
is, pineapple on pizza is a gateway to being able to get into pizza.
I hate you so much.
Shut up.
Oh, can we just stop this?
Unfollow.
Wait,
You'd miss us, to be honest.
Unfollow.
You wouldn't unfollow us.
Yeah, you'd miss us. Even if you
What
did.
news are we looking at tonight?
What news are we looking at tonight? Good question, Ozzy.
I mean, to be fair, we've been on a massive tangent for what, 20 minutes already?
Yeah, 25.
Right, okay.
So,
With that said,
yeah, putting it out there, Spillman. It's all down to opinion, what people prefer, and at the end of it, if you like pineapple on your pizza, go for it. I don't like cooked pineapple.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't even like it on like gammon or anything like that. I don't like cooked pineapple.
No, I think
It,
pineapple
it changes
is,
the flavour of it.
is meant to be eaten cold.
Yes. Have you seen the way that people have like shown how pineapple should be eaten, and it's like blowing everybody's mind?
No,
It's
you're
weird.
gonna have to blow my mind now.
It's like people figuring out how to actually open a banana properly. It kind of throws
Yeah, it's
people
the
a
other
little
way
bit.
round to what
So-
other people
The way you open a banana should be from the bottom end of it.
Yeah.
Because you can pinch it and you can open it easier.
Yeah, and it opens without all the stringy bits. Yeah.
And the way that they say you should eat pineapple is, on the pineapple there's all those like hexagon things.
Yeah.
So you can actually break them off individually, and it comes away from the center core. So you can actually peel them away and have like one solid bit of pineapple with no core, no nothing, and just eat it like a bit of watermelon, essentially, down to the rind and then throw that bit away. So you don't have to cut it, peel it, or anything like that.
Maybe the pineapples we get in this country are not that good then.
Yeah.
Because
They're too solid.
Probably
I
not.
was going to say you won't be able to do it with them.
You probably have to do it with a fresh.
It would have to be like a very, very fresh pineapple.
Proper current.
Straight off the tree.
Yeah, that's what I was on about earlier. That.
Okay, so a patent shows possible design of an unannounced Google controller.
I've just seen that as well.
That's going to be an. But we've been talking about this for months now.
420. Yeah.
We've been talking about it for months. The fact that Google are snapping up more and more high-end developers.
Yes.
And they are clearly looking into a streaming platform.
Yeah.
At the moment, and yeah, they're basically called Project Stream at the moment. And it used Assassin's Creed Odyssey to show off its its prowess, basically.
Yeah.
But it's interesting at the fact that Google have decided we're going to make our own controller. Steam made their own controller, and everybody's kind of design of controller is very, 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 very similar.
Quite generic.
I mean, I think Steam went quite off the rail on that one a little bit with having track pads for the actual everything instead of analogs and stuff, which I think is quite interesting. But again, controller design can only go so far before it becomes unergonomic.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So it's just a bit weird at the fact that everybody will complain about the fact that PlayStation have controllers and they're too small, and then other people will complain
Xbox are too big and too bulky and awkward. And...
This is the thing. I'm kind of looking at it going, does a controller have to have something that fits it on your hand that you can grip, and then you're using fingers and thumbs for buttons? Or should it be that it rests in your hand and you're using all your fingers?
Well, that's
for
like
different
that's like the
pieces?
Pro controllers that they brought out with the triggers on
Yeah,
the back.
the triggers on the back. Yeah.
So that essentially it is your controller is sat in your hand loosely, and you can alter stuff with the fingers as well as your thumbs and index
So you
fingers.
got like the little bars underneath the back, haven't you? And you can have like.
But this is
A,
the thing.
B, X, and Y.
Yeah,
on
but then
those.
this is what I mean is what constitutes a really good design for a controller. You have a controller that you can already grip and play with, and people are like, oh well, it's too small. It's got to be the same as you've got a mouse, and everybody has a different mouse and they have it on different sensitivities, so it's going to be the same for a controller. But there's thousands of different mouses out there, but there's only a handful of controllers. Now, bringing out a controller that is very similar in design, why have they not thought about going down the mouse route where you've got your controller and you can like squeeze it quickly and it will do, you squeeze one side or you squeeze another, it's like having these two shortcut buttons that you have on a mouse or something, which make it quicker and easier to be able to do different things.
So touching on that topic quickly then, is there is a peripheral that you can get that you can attach to, say, your arm or a hat, your shoe, anything like that, and depending on which way you move in certain motions, and you can keybind it to what you want, it gives you the additional amount of keys. So you could be using your controller, and then say if you wanted to dash right, you shift your foot right, and you'll dash right while you're still doing everything else. You can use that, and it's an additional extra you can get for consoles. Can't remember the name of it.
Something brilliant
but it's
for
interesting.
the likes of special effects as well.
It would be
which we've just
fantastic.
Worked on.
A motion track controller type thing itself. It's literally a unit about that big, and it's usually either got like a band on it, or it's got a little clip on it, and you can literally get it to do anything you want. And it's got like six axes on it.
Okay, so let's say that theoretically the price on that's like what, 50 quid as an add-on,
Probably.
right? And then you have the controller that's at 50 quid as well.
So you're spending 100 quid just on controllers.
Just
on,
play the game.
on a single controller.
However,
Yeah.
then you then bubble down to, you look at keyboard, for example. My keyboard, I know, would cost me 130 quid. So for one item, I know it's got a lot more keys on it than a controller. That one item, because it was made by a certain company, it's got quiet keys, it's got this, it's got that, it lights up, it was 130 quid. Same for my mouse was 75 quid. And yes, I know I've got loads of buttons down the side of it, because that's the mouse I like. Again, I'm paying for a brand name more than anything.
At the end of the day, it still clicks onto stuff like a.
It's a
But
weird...
then the problem is with the problem is the argument between mouse and keyboard and controller, and then you look at price wise. The thing is that a PC is so more universal, so they get away with being able to charge more.
Yeah.
Because you need to stand out better trackpad wise, your DPI and everything else, and having more customizability through specific branding is for gaming, and it sets having a PC for the purpose of having the PC, and then having a peripheral to be able to game with. It does set it apart, and that's why they can charge so much, because they have a hold on. Oh yeah, you could go out and buy a mouse for 15 quid, and it would still do the same or similar kind of job. But to be able to set it up and to be able to do different bits and pieces for it, you have to edit it in game a lot. Whereas, like, having my setup and having the same brand throughout, it means that it's set up very easily, and it's a click of a button to be able to adjust my settings.
Can I just say one thing about that controller? It reminds me very much so of the controller case you can get for the Switch Joy-Cons. Turn them into, like, the single Joy-Cons, if you turn them into normal style controllers. It reminds me very, very much of how that looks. It doesn't look like they put a lot of thought into it. It doesn't look like a lot of time into it.
Like they
I
say
know
in the
these are concept
description,
things, but
yeah,
just don't look.
the design looks pretty standard with 2 joysticks, a D-pad, and both shoulder and trigger buttons in the back. Also hints that there could be a voice assistant ability,
I think it's.
as well as with the microphone situated at the bottom.
I think it's half an Xbox controller, half a PS4 controller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. It it makes me wonder if they're gonna do like a like an OK Google type of thing on it, where you can kind of like sit there and look at the controller and go, OK Google, what's this? Or OK Google, I'm struggling OK Google, I'm struggling with this bit. What do I do? And it's like that thing that's right in front of you, and then everything in your house has got Google on it. It's gonna go off on one. It's all gonna shout at you at the same time, and you're just gonna sit there and go, I still don't know what I'm doing.
It's like when the Echo Dot types up.
Yeah.
So, Jordan, is that pizza triggering you?
No.
Hey, look, there's no pineapple on that pizza.
Yeah. Is that it as well? Pizza, sausage, ketchup, and pineapple. To me,
Ketchup.
that's like bland. He's not even put any cheese in there.
Yes, but because pizza normally
Comes with
cheese
yeah.
on it.
Most people come with height, Tom, but you don't.
No, do you?
I come with more height than
Jesus
you do. Biatch.
Christ.
Not by much, though,
Ah,
bastards.
but enough is enough. An inch is an inch, and that's what she said. Oh.
Moving swiftly on, you ball bag.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
I want the Wii controller back.
I mean, the Wii was kind of ahead of its time at the
The
time.
Wii was brilliant.
The thing is, though, the reason that the Wii stopped doing any productivity for the console itself is because they got sued by PlayStation. You know, when you have PlayStation Move?
The thingies.
Yeah, well, it was patented by PlayStation and Sony before the Wii even came out.
But the
And-
Wii came out before PlayStation.
Yeah, because PlayStation weren't allowed to use that technology until they had won their lawsuit against
Ah,
Wii.
Right.
And it took them 4 years. And it was too late by then.
Yeah.
Because
Wii was already like a massive success. Yeah. I missed the Wii. The Wii
But then
Fit board.
Nintendo and
I don't.
Sony
No?
had
Because
just
whenever
have
you went on
such a
Wii Fit,
rivalry.
it kind of made you feel depressed, wouldn't you? But
Oh, I love the
Yeah.
Wii Fit.
I can't lose weight, funny enough. I fucking struggle. So whenever you weigh yourself, you kind of go,
It's
I
stage!
just like the ski jump little game.
I love watching people fail at that because you see people that like go too far off the board and just go
yeah, fall into their telly and then it's game over.
Or they're playing bowling and they let go of the Wii remote, it just goes. You're like, ah.
I've seen one that went straight through their TV.
Oh,
Like,
that was
through.
amazing. Have you ever been hit by someone swinging around a Wii remote?
Yes.
That hurts.
You know
Really
Wii
hurts.
Sports baseball?
Mine was tennis.
Oh,
Yeah, tennis
baseball.
was the same one for me.
I pitched and then my little brother went bang and caught me right in the top of the shoulder.
Oh no, my friend was playing tennis and I was sat down at the time. He just hit me right in the face. Yeah,
Did
that
you guys
hurt.
ever do the Wii Sports Resort?
Yeah.
100-pin bowling.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my life.
We've gone. We keep going on fucking tangents.
I know. It's terrible. We're terrible. We're really bad at this podcast, man.
See, this was an article that I seen, and this is what give me the idea of the topic. I reckon we should do it next week though, because
I like that.
yeah. So like this Twitter account catalogues which video game dogs you can and cannot pet. Yeah, well, I thought
Someone's
it
got
was
too much
pretty
time.
cool because
I want to see more cat companions there.
because what idea I came up with is within video games you get so many people that will be a buddy to the main protagonist, and they don't get enough credit, and there's a lot of them that get a lot of credit. Like, let's for example take Fallout 4 with the dog. You would get a lot of credit for different bits and pieces that they would pick up and other bits that they would do, but not necessarily at the fact that they get stuck in doorways or you go into an enclosed area and then you go to walk back out and they're just in the way, which can then annoy people. And that is the only time I see people saying about NPCs that, you know, go around with the protagonist or something like that, because they're just in the way. And that's what's more memorable, is the fact that they're crap at their job instead of assisting.
I mean, one of the
perfectly.
worst things about any of the companions in Fallout was the fact that they had no idea of what's going on around them. So one of the biggest ones was in Fallout 4. There was an area you could go where you could deactivate a load of laser traps, get loads and loads of material from it. You took any companion with you, Dogmeat was the worst for it. They'd walk into the lasers, everything in that room would blow up.
Damn.
So, I mean, NPCs can be amazing and a fucking hindrance at the same time. And no, Spawn, I have never heard of someone that plays Tom Clancy's with a Wii controller.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
that
you
can
would
actually
be
do
very,
so
very
much
impressive.
with a Wii controller.
Tom Clancy with the Wii controller, I can only imagine. I just looked at that screen there and Martin's hair is purple and it really, really scared me for a second. Because I was
Even though he
like,
sat right next
yeah,
to you.
yeah. But I looked there and I was like, when did you do that?
See, what I do miss though is the PlayStation there, the PlayStation Move, and I had a whole gun attachment for Killzone. So I used to play Killzone with the PlayStation Move, which I really enjoyed because I had my TV perfectly tracked for it. So you could just
That's
run
kinda cool.
run around, and you would use the button on the back to be able to run around and everything, and then you'd just be aiming.
That's kind of cool.
Where you
See, Killzone, when you say how you played Killzone like that, just reminds me of me playing Time Crisis on PS2. The old fucking guns, and you had to calibrate your gun, but it'd move for you, wouldn't it?
But
Time
then that's the
Crisis.
thing: is this class now is too old school a technology to be able to use now?
No.
Because for
definitely
me, I would want to be able to get something or attachments or other
Yeah.
peripherals to be able to do it.
Time Crisis, I
So,
loved it as well.
On that topic, I have something interesting then for you.
Yeah.
You would find interesting as well because you like VR.
Yeah.
It's a VR
Love.
attachment that it's more for the game of Travelon, which is the CS:GO of VR,
Yeah.
and it's an attachment that takes both the controllers, puts one in the trigger position, one in the forearm position, like for the
Like
foregrip,
the stock, yeah.
and there's a stock
Not
that
a stock,
actually goes
yeah.
into your shoulder. It's got a gas blowback device in it. When
Oh,
you take
wow.
the shot, it'll actually jar your arm to feel like you've taken the shot. Looks really, really cool, and the technology behind it could be very, very interesting. And then there's also vests that you can get that vibrate when you're shot in certain areas with a harsh vibration, so you actually feel like you're
You're
being shot.
joking me.
No. And then for certain other things for the VR as well, you can actually get a pack that has a subwoofer in the back of it. When explosions and stuff go off and shots go off next to you, feel like the tremors and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
We need that.
They're
But-
very expensive bits of kit.
But the
Yes.
only thing is, that is a PC based thing now. all of these peripherals are more luxury down to PC.
Yes.
Because a lot of consoles have dropped off of the peripheral market.
That and the fact that there's more, you've got more to play around with when it comes to the PC. There's easier programming. There's easier.
Yeah,
this,
you can't
easier
configure.
That. Yeah, and
for a console.
Yeah, it's very, very hard to configure for a console. And I think if you started doing peripherals again for the consoles, you'd have to make them very, very Billy basic again, and start at the bottom and work your way up again. Because the peripherals that are on the PC are all prototypes. None of them are consumer market yet. They're all 100% prototype. So we might not see these for another 10, 15 years being commercially available. Because they're doing a new VR headset that I don't know if you guys have heard of Toby's Eye Tracker.
No, I can't say I have.
Have you heard of Toby's Eye Tracker? It's a thing that will actually
Is this what all the pro streamers are using?
Pardon?
Stuff. Is this what all these like famous streamers have been using?
Yeah, so what it does is it tracks your eye movement. So the camera will pick up where your eyes are looking and will track across the screen where you're looking. They've now started to incorporate that into the new HTC Vive Pro. So it'll actually track your eye movement. So it'll mean that if you're looking, say you've got this whole screen around you, like playing Beat Saber, and you're focusing on just those middle bits, the middle bits will, what are they?
It's like a licorice.
Yes. The middle bit will go and focus properly.
Sorry, I don't like cheese. No, good.
So the middle bit will focus properly and everything else won't focus very well.
So basically how we see normally.
Pretty much, and what it'll do is it will cool down on the processing. So it'll mean you don't need a really, really powerful graphics card for it to work. You can use a mid-range graphics card and it will work perfectly fine. And it also means that, for example, when you're aiming, you'll actually be able to use your eye movement properly. So it'll know exactly where to line stuff up on the screen.
Is it just me, or did Ozzy just go shut up all of it?
I don't know whether he drops it or whether he sneezed and tried holding it in at the same time.
I knocked something over my desk.
Scared the hell out of me. I'm easily jumped.
I reckon that bottom left one is a big one.
That
to
is
be
a
able to
hell of
talk
a
about.
patch.
The Division 2 will have a 90 gig patch on PlayStation 4, which is double the size of other versions.
Fair to say that I said on PlayStation 4. There's a big topic to bring up there already. Why is it only on the PlayStation 4?
Mm-hmm.
Why is there a patch that big going on PlayStation 4 and that PlayStation
and not
4
other
size?
consoles?
See, personally for me, PlayStation 4 are PlayStation are very hit and miss at the moment. They had Red Dead Redemption 2. They had online a month before Xbox, so there was a big patch for that. I'm not saying that PlayStation 4 players are going to get this patch because of this, but it doesn't mean either one of two things. It's either a very good thing because PlayStation 4 players are going to get something more than what others are going to get, or two, for some reason, the AMD processor is absolutely shafted when it comes to this game.
So there, like it says there, curiously, this PS4 version update finally double the size of the Xbox One and PC version. Though it's not entirely clear why. So the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC are going to be getting around 40 to 50 gig update. That's interesting. So the final HDD install size, including this patch, will be 48 to 52 gig for Xbox and PC. However, it's going to be nearly 90 gig for PlayStation.
Clocks in at nearly 100.
Yeah.
See, so does that mean that the PlayStation version's getting something exclusive, meaning that they have to have a bigger patch? Or does it simply mean that because Xbox and PC might be cross-platform, that they're doing a bigger patch to be able to
Can I speak on it?
keep it?
Night chap.
Or
Thanks
nice
for coming back in, mate.
Yeah, sorry, Karen.
Yeah, or does that mean that they're doing a patch to be able to keep PlayStation 4 players in their own servers, and they're doing more to keep them there? There's got to be something, because
but I'd like that type of game. I'd like to see cross-platform. I'd like to see more.
Sony seems to be the only one being resistant to.
Could you imagine wandering around like a dystopian Washington and seeing hundreds of agents roaming the streets, knowing that they're all fighting a good fight. Because you could make, if you made that cross-platform correctly, you could scale that to be like the best part of 2 counties of America. Go nuts and do like 100 people server. Just let people go ham.
Yeah,
But
that'd be like one of the best battle royales.
there
could
was
get them.
there was a battle royale game that we were going to do at one point that had like 100 people per side. It had 14, so you had 400 people.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I like the idea of a battle royale game where there is 4 teams and you have mass amount of teams
Yeah.
running around, because your team can just dwindle down, and you can dwindle down the other team. And it seems
Just
really
let all
good.
your friends die first,
Huh?
and then you go clean out the rest.
Hmm.
You just let them go and die first. Just sit and hide and then
Yeah.
clear up the mess.
Have you noticed that? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but since Apex came out, the guys behind Fortnite have really been trying hard to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
They've actually added a respawn system into the game now.
Have they?
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yes, tell me about it. And it's very, very similar looking to the one in Apex.
Oh,
Is
is
it
it?
really?
Design, yes. And it's a
Classic Fortnite.
yeah, it's a big boogie bus on the floor. Like when I say big one, it's a small sized one with the hologram player icon above it.
No.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear, Epic Games. Oh
Fortnite.
dear. We are in trouble. I say we. Are you?
Yeah, so
I wonder how many players they've actually lost to Apex over this time since Apex has come out, and how many concurrent players are now on Fortnite compared to how many concurrent
well,
players
how
are
long?
on
Apex has been out for what, a month now?
Yeah, just over.
Yeah,
Just
it
over.
hit the 50 million people already. So that just goes to show how many people have probably defected from Fortnite and gone to
Yeah. I used to be a big fan of Fortnite, and I couldn't think of anything worse to play nowadays. I think I'd rather play with mine PCs.
Wondering where you were going with that, to be fair. Yeah, get that thought out of here.
But yeah, Apex is proving to be a massive like cog in the works when it comes to Fortnite. They've come in and gone.
That's an interesting one. The
Which
fact
one?
that the PlayStation did actually put out an International Women's Day theme. I think that's quite interesting. Because that's quite a big thing. They've got a lot of very strong female characters in the PlayStation industry.
Yeah, massively, especially exclusive ones as well.
Hey,
Also,
Boomy.
Boomy Records.
Aye.
We are good. We are good at the
We're
moment.
talking gibberish like Norwell.
Talking gibberish.
Just the dab, because we don't dab in here.
Yo, what's up, Boomy Records? Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the flock, my friend. But yeah,
welcome,
they do have a lot of
welcome.
very strong female characters. Would you have put Aloy right at the front there as the strongest?
We're not.
Because one of the most iconic, maybe not, it's not a PlayStation exclusive, obviously, but you would have liked maybe Lara Croft in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of your strongest female protagonists of all times, sided with Aloy. I don't think Ellie's done very nicely in that either.
No, Ellie looks a little bit scary.
That's the new version of Ellie. The Last of Us
Last of
2.
Us 2.
Yeah.
She looks badass as hell in that.
Yeah.
I think she's going to be awesome.
I
in
can't wait
Last
for
of
it.
Us. I'm just really hoping they don't screw with everybody's emotions like they did in the first one, because the opening bit to the first game absolutely
I was
destroyed
in
me.
tears.
It destroyed me, and it is the single saddest moment I've had in gaming.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you played? You played The Last of Us, right?
When Last of Us 2 comes out, play them both back to back.
I reckon what you should do is you should play The Last of Us and stream it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you haven't seen The Last of Us, literally, I've showed so many people The Last of Us, the beginning part.
The beginning half hour of the game. You're kind of playing, and you're going, oh yeah, everything seems to be okay. It's kind of like picking up the pace. You're kind of understanding that something's wrong.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they drop that bombshell on you, which I'm not going to say anything about.
I believe I've watched it.
Yeah,
And
I
so
literally
that-
watched it, and I sat there and
I watched
went,
walkthroughs and
this isn't good. And then there's only one other game that's ever actually caught me off guard, and that was Titanfall 2. I know this sounds really, really daft, but in Titanfall 2, when B2 kind of sacrifices himself, that kind of made me go, oh, no, that's not cool.
You can't do that.
I know he's a big robot and all, but I was kind of like...
Yeah, no, this is something I love about gaming, is the fact that there's story
There's an emotional
involved
tie.
in it, and that brings me back to Apex, at the fact that this is why Apex is so good. It's because there is a
unique
story.
battle royale.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And Boomy, all three of us are big fans of Apex.
yeah, we love the Apex.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best battle royales going at the moment.
I
See,
think
but for me as well, I'm not an FPS player, and I never
Me
have
neither.
been. I've been very much, if I play an FPS game, I'm playing with a friend or something like that.
I'm
But
playing with your
Apex is probably the one game that I went. The one game where I went, actually, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. It looks really cool. Gave it a go, and I kind of was like, right, actually, I am enjoying it, even though I'm crap.
yeah.
I'm actually enjoying it. So
over Game Pass, I became ever so slightly addicted to it.
Oh, okay, that was literally the
yeah, I was going to say.
March 8th, International Women's Day. Sony has marked the occasion with a full dynamic PlayStation 4 theme. The theme wallpaper includes a variety of characters from PlayStation games, including Aloy, Ellie, and Chloe from the Uncharted. So that's those ones there. Why they've added that in, I'm not really too sure. I don't know what that's from.
I'm not sure. Transgender?
There's so many good characters they can have added for that.
Lifeline.
Favorite character? Apex?
Well, mine's Lifeline. It's who I play with all the time.
Mine's Wraith.
Yeah,
I like
mine's
playing Wraith.
See,
She's a cool character
I like
design.
Wraith and I like Bloodhound,
Yeah.
but
I love Bloodhound.
personally for me, it's just I've always been a medic when it comes to any kind of game like Destiny.
Yeah.
I'm always a medic
When it comes
because
to Battlefield, I'm a medic. But apart from that, I just...
That's a different style of medic,
Yeah.
but yeah, I get where
Yeah.
you're coming from.
yeah, but I'm not a DPS player. It's very
hate
rare.
DPS.
I'm not this kind of person that will blitz in and
yeah.
fire off 2 rounds to be able to kill someone and do like 1,000
spray and
points
pray,
worth, worth
See,
of damage.
Apex is the only game that I found that I like playing a DPS character in.
Yo! Whoa! Look where these bits go!
Look at the jar. It's all gone everywhere. What's up, Boxer? How you doing, man? Subscribe with a tier 1, and they've subscribed for the last 3 months.
Yeah, but
What's up, bro?
Nice one. brother.
I missed it again. I'm gonna have to keep doing this.
I play Battlefield and Destiny.
I
Maybe
like Battlefield
Battlefield.
and I like Destiny.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Destiny. I'm
I'm a
also
sniper in
quick
Battlefield.
thing.
I've been a
Boomy.
sniper in Battlefield.
We went
Battlefield,
about 3
Battlefield
weeks
1.
ago talking
I played as a
Activision
sniper
and
medic.
Bungie.
Yeah.
Bungie
Literally
separated
laid
from
up with a med
Activision,
box next to
and
me,
now
taking
Destiny
long
is
shots
going
with
to
a
be
sniper.
like a
You
standalone
don't
title
like,
from just Bungie. Do
Mount
you think that
Gappa?
that's a very
Yeah.
good move
That's
for
my
them?
favourite map.
And do you think that the next
you could
title
go
they're going
up,
to do
say if you're
is
coming
going to
from
be an epic
down in,
of
like,
epic proportion,
the
or
trenches
do you
bit?
think that they're going to
Obviously you've got the
focus
church
on
far
their
side.
new
Go up
expansion
on the
for
top
now,
right,
and then
just pop off
maybe
people
release
along the
something
horizon. That's
a
literally
couple of
used
years
to
down the
When I was
line?
playing, that was playing
And
Operation.
will
Yeah.
that
Tank
compete
Hunter.
with their
When I went
older
back,
Yes.
kind of
I was just sat there, I was like, this site's literally
Destiny
saw someone
as
run
a
and
whole,
just go
like the very first game,
ding.
and trying to hit all those
Yeah.
kind of
Oh,
unique
whoops.
points?
I can't
Right, we went off on a tangent in the corner.
Yeah, no, I
Battlefield.
was talking
love a bit of Battlefield.
bits and pieces.
I like playing Hunter on Destiny.
I couldn't get on with the hunter. I couldn't get on with his abilities.
See, the
Didn't
thing
like him.
is, when it comes to that, so you're a tank role.
Yeah.
So I assume that you would be a Titan.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, I'm more
with
of
the,
a
with the sentry.
I'm
sentinel
more
shield.
of a healer role. So that's why for me Warlock, and that's why with Anthem it's Storm. I'm a very similar kind of person if I can
I
play
think
that.
I
kind
like
of
playing Storm, but I still think my favorite character design on Anthem definitely has to go down to Colossus. He just looks badass.
The Colossus. It looks like they've taken so much more time over.
Yes, especially with
Whereas-
their different armor sets.
Yeah.
Like that massive, like the Hunker one, where it's like a massive shield that's right around the front of him. And literally there's like loads of like sensor dots all over it. You just look at it and go, that's fucking cool. And then when you climb into the suit, it's kind of like your headpiece, the actual suit, locks in, and then all of a sudden this big bit in front just goes dink and locks together, and you're
It's
just
like-
like,
It's like the Droidica bubble. That's what it reminds me of. It's like a Droidica bubble. It flips over your head, you're like...
It's
The
awesome.
thing is, though, the Storm, so like Mirage,
Yeah, they've got very similar.
they've got very similar stuff coming down here. And if you read up online as well, that is actually a crossover between the two games. It's called Hollow Technology, which Mirage was working with his mother on. This was part of his backstory and bio. It's up online.
Right.
And Storms is about hollow technology.
Yeah,
so
it's using the hollow technology to harness the elements. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if they
Thanks,
was to
mate.
do a crossover or something like that at some point.
Yes. Oh, another.
1,000 odds. Right?
10,000.
1,000 sparks.
Boom.
Sparkle.
Boom. Boom. Shake the room. Okay. Oh.
Toasty.
I love it. Victory!
I love the victory. I could do your one.
So tempted to stop playing World of Warcraft again. I have no idea. Keep
Why
looking
not?
at it and go, oh my god, it'd be really cool because it's all
If you
pirate themed
do,
at the moment.
stream it because
It's-
there's a massive following.
There
for
it is. It's all pirate themed at the moment.
Arr.
What, the World of Warcraft?
Yar.
Really?
Yay.
Pirate scheme. Pirate schemed? They're
Pirate-
scheming! They're
pirate
scheming pirates!
scheme.
Right, what else is on the board?
What else is on the board? What did I find?
I've been looking at this game because I like horrors.
Sinking
I don't.
City. What is this?
See,
Blah.
it's immediately
Get in.
got
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Thank you.
got Tom interested. So
And almost
the game,
injured.
The Sinking City, was supposed to be out in a couple of months from now, but it's actually been delayed
This guy doesn't like putting much information up, man.
until June. Yeah, no, he's just
That's
very
it, right.
very hard hitting with. Look at this, boom.
And then it's like, here, look at the trailer. I'm like, cool. And then it's like, no. Okay, I'll
This
Alright,
this trailer's
cheers,
awesome. So let me try and
Like over this. Kind. Can we just do the PC gaming camera?
we can do.
Hello, everybody. That is us. I said it. Oh no.
Oh god, what's this?
Hello everyone. As many of you have noticed, we have been quiet about our release date. The thing is that, after talking about this internally for the past couple of months, we have decided to move our release to a later date. And the reasons for this are actually quite simple.
Very, very clearly.
We decided that we want to release our game in a less crowded time frame. With so many great games coming out around the same time, I'm sure this will also give you some breathing space for your playing.
Let me quickly
Level
see if
up.
I can find,
There's that thing with the whole, like, I can't remember the... Death may die.
Sync 98ing.
Peggy 18.
Ooh, okay, if you're, Oh, wait. I know this one, I've seen this trailer, this looks awesome. Guy on the left looks like a pro.
Oh god.
Hey, this guy?
Definitely not that guy.
Yeah.
That guy?
Last week you told me we look like tattooists.
We're going up in the world.
Pro tattooists?
Definitely fucking not.
I can't draw.
So this is all about Cthulhu.
yes.
Yeah. And the whole creatures with the teeth. And webbed hands. Fish. Bye, fish.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, this is
That guy.
This is why Tom likes it.
That guy? Yeah, bro.
Do you know what I thought we were fist bumping?
No. Well, yeah, to be fair. Fair one.
Okay.
Okay. I like the whole Cthulhu thing. You could never guess, really. The old one. Okay. Hey!
Hey! Drop it in the jar!
Thanks for the bits, bro.
15. It's beating Aussie.
It's
Yeah,
being Ozzy
Joey.
and Joe.
So this is a bit.
Gotta
that's
catch
really-
up to the king.
So this is a bit that's really going to throw you in a minute. Because I've already watched the trailer, so I know
Yeah.
the trailer.
I'm already lost.
That's right then. We're gonna have to go. Fuck
Tim. And it starts again.
So, by the looks of things, this is going to be one of those never-ending story
So,
type things.
yeah.
And oh god, yeah, I forgot about that.
The membrane.
Yeah, he's part Squidman. As far as what I've seen, it seemed like a 20-minute gameplay thing of it as well. It's quite interesting.
Mate, that looks so cool.
It does look really interesting. But
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was supposed to have been out soon.
But now it's not coming out
but
till
now,
June.
Yeah, now it's been delayed.
Very noir.
that was a convenient A. It was a very, very convenient A. I love it.
Welcome to the stream.
Is this Boomy? Yes, it's meant to be a horror-ish game. It's all about the old one, also known as Cthulhu.
Mind your tootsies.
So yeah, it's all about your squids, all about the underwater stuff, and yeah, whenever it comes to anything underwater, it instantly becomes terrifying.
Yeah.
Because
The-
there's
the-
the
the deep
unknown
sea
of the
is-
depths, and it's absolutely terrifying.
But that's a good thing. I really do like horror games, but they also terrify me at the same time. Whereas I really like horror films, and I really enjoy them. So I like to play horror games because I do enjoy the scare. I wouldn't say HellBlade is a horror game, but I would say it is an emotional story,
Oh Christ! Yeah.
and it
It's,
has
yeah.
a horror element to it.
It's a mental manipulation game.
Yes,
Yeah.
And there's a massive bit about it that you kind of start realizing, and it's when you beat that crow guy, and it's like you have to go through these. There's trees set up in points with markings on it. And you have to go through certain ones to activate certain areas in the
That's
world.
Yeah, I
literally what we were doing
literally
at the
just
other
done
night.
that yesterday.
And it's at that point you kind of sit there and you go, huh?
No,
It confused the
it
fuck
wasn't
out
that.
of me.
It was the fact that I play with headphones on,
Oh, that's
and
horrible when you
the
play that.
voices.
Yeah,
Can you
man.
see why I said I could only play it for an hour at a time? 'Cause it
Mate,
just
honestly,
messes with my head.
I played it for those 3 hours, and I came off of that game, and for the last 2 days, all I've been doing is hearing this one predominant voice in the back left of my head, and then all these other voices just saying different stuff, and I'm like, wow, it is so horrible.
So that game is meant to touch on schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Very heavily on schizophrenia.
It's the very first message that comes up on the top of how many people are involved with it. And I thought the opening is one of the best openings.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I like the fact that so on that game as well, you actually got people with PhDs in mental
Yeah, it
mental
all
science.
comes up.
And they're the ones that have actually turned around and gone, yeah, we're going to make this game as realistic as possible. And you kind of gone, cool. And you start playing it, and then you start realizing.
And
go,
you think,
"Oh."
and we were saying on stream, this is what people go through.
Yeah.
Oh, see, with
God,
the 20,
Ozzy.
you knew he was going to try and beat it.
Boomy, I agree, and I think Jordan agrees as well. Horror games.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Nah, mate. Especially if it comes to VR. Nah, count me out, man. Although
Count me out.
I'd like to do the forest in VR, but I'd prefer to play it controller based.
But we
You can play VR controller based.
started playing the forest in VR,
Yeah.
and I didn't like it.
Yeah, because it's like playing Subnautica in VR. It's not polished.
Yes.
They
It
made
loo-
it,
looks
and they
really
kind of
difficult.
went, here, we're going to make this so you kind of know what this game could be like in VR, and then we're going to stop there. That's literally what they did with
Aussie's
Subnautica.
now
Alright.
moved up to second place. 20
Whoa.
biddies.
20 bits. Yeah, that's behind the JC Bakes.
I really want to play, or find a VR game that you would use a gun that you hold, but it's first person horror FPS. So
They're out there. It's just finding them. And
Yeah.
the biggest problem I find with VR games is the fact that they're very, very expensive for very short games.
Is there a VR Resident Evil?
Yes, there is. Resident Evil 7.
Wouldn't
VR,
that be one?
Biohazard.
Didn't they do a VR for number 2 that just came out as a remaster?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
wouldn't that be one
Wouldn't
of-
know off the top of my head. I know they
But
did
now, aren't
7.
they third person?
Pardon?
Resident
Oh,
Evil.
well, the Resident Evil's third person.
Yeah, but if you're doing it in VR, surely they push it into first.
I don't think.
Oh,
I don't think number 7 was. I think number 7 was actually first person. I can't
not
remember.
sure.
I might be lying. And whose eyes are weird? Boomy? You mean that guy in the trailer's eyes? Because his eyes were very.
Oh yeah,
reptile-like.
their eyes were weird. The membrane is
We used to
how
have them.
reptiles.
But we used to have them. Hence why that little bit in the corner of your eye there, where it's all bulged, was actually the membrane that we used to have across our eyes, so we could swim.
You what?
It's interesting because
Every day's a school day.
the evolution of humans are supposed to be going back to water.
That makes sense. But no, yeah, the human body used
Martin,
to
you
have
can
like the
become
appendix.
Aquaman.
The reason why the appendix was there is because we could process plant-based material better. So because we don't do that anymore, it kind of reduced in size and has now become redundant. So it just
okay.
kind of sits there in our body. Not
Yeah,
doing
I was
very
going to
much.
say.
But it's very similar with the membrane that the human used to have across the eye as well, because you'll find a lot of animals have that membrane depending on the environment they live in.
Yeah.
And of course, the way that our evolution train ran, it is weird because it's like there's multiple different ways that they look at our evolution train. A lot of them are like we evolved from things that came from water. A lot of them are things we evolved from things that were climbing around trees. And we don't know how it went. We're never going to know.
Well, the main theory, isn't it, is that
We evolved from primates. That's what they
well,
think.
yeah, and our native land was in Africa, and we headed north, and that's where we branched.
The middle guy's smart. The one on your right is your normal guy. The one on your left is the guy
So,
that is cool.
Flipping that, I guess, means you're the normal guy, and apparently you're cool.
Cool guy.
Don't know if I agree with that.
Just because he's got glasses doesn't make him smart.
Yeah, automatically does.
Yeah,
Like,
just because you got
everyone
that
knows
crappy
this.
beard doesn't mean you're cool.
Mister, I can't
Matt.
read.
I can't read. I'm dyslexic. Okay, come on. I can't be smart.
Thanks, Boom.
Thank you. I'm.
So
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Respawn details major character tweaks to Apex Legends roster. Now, I was looking at different bits and pieces of the fact that the Peacekeeper is overpowered and its drop rate is too high.
Yeah.
So they've now taken that and tweaked that back. And the Wingman damage used to be a 3.0 and they've downed that to a 2.4. So anybody out there who used to be or does still use the Wingman, that new patch that has come has basically
Made it
nerfed it.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. They're now trying to do it. It's the same with the Peacekeeper. They've nerfed the Peacekeeper a bit
They've
more.
made the respawn rate higher, so it's lower. Sorry, so
Low-
it's
yeah.
harder to find it.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a shame because the Peacekeeper is a good weapon. Yes, it's overpowered, but only really becomes overpowered when you put the mod on it.
It only becomes overpowered if you are too close.
Oh yeah, that too. Well, then you think about the amount of shots it's hitting a very, very small.
Do you want to know something funny?
Yeah.
Jordan?
No.
I got something funny.
I like turtles.
What did I say the other day when we were playing Apex?
That everything's going to get nerfed.
They really need to nerf stuff.
This is all your fault, Ozzy.
Yeah, they listen to
And
you.
it's just happened.
We have a running record with us saying things in PvE and then things happening. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's really, really weird. Ozzy said about, Apex nerfing the guns. What have we had beforehand? That was like, obviously we said about Spyro being...
Yeah, we said that
Pushed back later.
Spyro was definitely going to be delayed. And that was when it got to E3,
Yeah.
due to how many games were coming out around it. And we said it would be a pushback at least 4 weeks
Yeah.
until after Red Dead's release. And it was pushed back.
3
I
weeks.
think it was that we was 1 day off.
Yeah.
No, it was like 3 weeks and a day.
Yeah.
So yeah, we was like 1 day off of where we predicted its release date was going to be.
Oh, fair one. So I was just quickly having a quick read through that. So it sounds like what they're also doing is they're changing the larger characters' hitboxes to a smaller area, because you've got smaller characters like Lifeline and Wraith, which are quite small characters, and then you've got people like Gibraltar, that's a very big character. You've got Bloodhound, which is a medium big character, kind of between the two on that one. And they're making the hitboxes smaller, and they're also making it so the Peacekeeper, if you miss, takes longer to use the reload.
Yeah, the reload.
So it is meaning that you miss that shot and you're vulnerable. You're going to be sat there going,
shit.
But then this is where you need to then start thinking, right, if someone's rocking a Peacekeeper, we need to work as a team.
Yeah.
We need to then make sure we're all within coherency, so we know what's going on. But yeah.
The one on your left is your casual guy. I don't know.
That's you. I'm pretty sure that's you.
Right, okay.
I'm really struggling with the whole left.
Yeah,
well, yeah,
because you're on my left,
look at it.
you're on my right, and this is kind of really throwing me a little bit.
Just flip the camera, and then it'd be exactly perfect to how we're sitting.
Yeah, just face it at the wall.
Very steady on. Oh, that was your foot. Sorry, dude.
Yeah. You tell me steady on. Hello.
I didn't touch that one. I touched the toasty one.
Yeah, Gears 5 would be quite interesting. I have played Gears 4. I played that all in one day. My sister came home when I was playing it once. She was not happy that I'd been sat there playing it all day when I could have been doing stuff. It's like me playing Nier Automata for 12 hours or Diablo for 12 hours.
Put the camera behind you.
And we'll just look at a mirror, yeah?
So, Ozzy.
Yo.
Right, have you seen any of the E3 announcements so far? I know you were saying about Xbox is going to be bringing out a new version of their console in May, which is going to be pre-E3. But have you seen loads of different bits and pieces where companies are trying to do pre-E3 gigs?
Yes.
To be able to get big announcements out before E3 actually comes.
Nuclear winter.
Huh?
It's nuclear winter.
Yeah,
No,
it looks filth. Do we like
usually when I see stuff about E3, I usually find about it on Facebook or through some other streamers that I watch. But I haven't heard a lot, and I haven't actually Googled it, so I don't really know what's going on with E3 this year.
Well, basically,
last year, obviously, the main thing for me in E3 was Fallout. That's all I was concerned
Mine was
with.
Forza.
Surprise.
let's see. I don't really watch E3 for the fact that I have one specific game that I'm interested in. I usually go this game, or this company kind of interests me. So Sony announced last week that they weren't going to be at E3. Woo! Yo, what's up? Thank you for the host, bro. Yeah, so basically, Sony are not going to be having a slot. They're doing a pre-E3.
Like a private
they're
conference.
pulling away again from E3 like last year.
Yeah, and EA have just announced that they're going to be doing the same thing. So on the 7th to the 9th of June, which is a couple of days, as their event ends, a couple of days before the kickoff, they are basically going through different gameplay and streaming things for what their releases are going to be. So it just seems that what is going on with E3 at the moment that is making big companies pull away from that area and go, actually, we don't want to be announcing at E3?
I don't think it's E3. I think it's the companies. Because E3, one, isn't a company. It's the collection of all of them.
Yeah, E3 is just an event.
It's just the expo. So it's the individual companies deciding not to take part. Now, my personal feeling, you know my personal feeling towards PS4. Obviously, I'm a Microsoft person myself. I'm not saying I don't like PS4, it's just not my choice. They are renowned to do things by themselves.
With them.
So, yeah.
I feel that that's what they're doing in line with how they've always done things. Is they're trying to go on their own.
So do you now see that
I don't know why they're pulling away from E3.
do you see that they're now that the bigger companies, and this goes out to you guys as well, do you think that the bigger companies are going, actually, E3 is a big event, but we don't need it to announce our stuff. We don't need it to be able to spring forward any games that we have coming out or showcase anything.
Look at BlizzCon.
Yeah, so this is what I mean. Are now big companies going, we'll do our own thing around E3 because they are going to be giving that time to other indie developers or other small developers. But for example, like Ninja Theory, who made HellBlade, that kind of game, would it give people more of an insight to that they could showcase that game? Yeah. Because there's going, with Sony, for example, they would have a couple of hours worth of conference.
They almost have like a day's worth, don't they?
Because there is so much that they would showcase.
Bye, Boomy.
Bye, Boomy. Thank you. So do you think that the fact that there's so much that they got to showcase, that now they're going to give it to more indie companies so they can now break down their game, go more in depth? Because like HellBlade, for example, I would like to have seen that they would have talked about everything they've talked about in their private interviews, backstage interviews, actually at something like E3.
Yeah, I mean, that would make more sense because you think about it, a bigger company, they're going to be able to do their own venue, they're going to be able to go turn around and go, right, we're doing a full day of just talking about this game, and this game.
Yeah,
and live streaming this game.
And not go to somewhere like E3 and go, we've got 2 hours to talk about everything we want to do.
Yeah.
That's not enough time.
PlayStation can almost do, right, here's a weekend, we've got exclusives on the Saturday, meet and greets on a Sunday, and all the news and upcoming things on like the Friday, like bish bash bosh. Microsoft could do something similar, but like say companies like Ninja Theory, Square Enix, the not so big companies obviously, but ones that are getting the content out there, can then have E3 as their platform to go, right, we could have a 5-hour slot instead of where PlayStation and Xbox would take over and go, bang, this is what we're doing for the next year. Bish bash bosh.
Nintendo announces VR headset as a Labo kit.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Labo can just do anything, can't it?
The Labo is a very, very expensive bit of cardboard.
Yeah.
Strings and cardboard, isn't it?
It's strings and cardboard, yeah. Their Rock'em Sock'em Box'em thing that they had, was £90 for a pack of cardboard. 90 quid for cardboard. No, thank you.
I could pick some up for free at
yes,
work.
I could get some from work and build my own.
I'll rob a homeless man.
Oh, Valve blocks explicit sexual assault games from appearing on stream. Not stream.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't know why I found that one interesting.
That's all
you
the
came up with an
interesting
point when we're like, now we've come past an article with Anthem. You were saying about Anthem and PlayStation.
I read this one. Oh, so that one I read the other day actually. Anthem's default rifle may be better than the end game gun because there's a bug within the game at the moment that may or may not have been rectified in the moment that made it that the starting weapon able to do 500 damage per shot compared to the end game assault rifle that was doing 200 damage per shot.
So what?
So it's like they've got the guns mixed up, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. It's almost like they've got something mixed up and confused. And I don't know how they've managed it. I don't know.
Hey, dude, start the game.
I know
the best gun
I know
we've got.
how they've done it. No, I know how they've done it. I have 2 syllables for you. EA.
2 letters for you. They've at the moment Anthem's taken a massive hit, and that's all down to the development teams. They fuck things up again, and they fuck things up again, and they keep fucking things up. So
when we were hyped up about Anthem coming out, we were all giving it the big rave of like good 9s, maybe even like close to 10s.
And then Tom played the demo.
And then I brought that rate down to a 7 because at that time it wasn't worth much. The appearance of it was brilliant, but the story, you only played like a side mission. It was very lackluster.
So now you've experienced pretty much the full game.
I enjoyed the story.
Yeah,
I did enjoy it. The story was short, but I did enjoy it. It's like any game nowadays, the mission's very repetitive. You go do this, you defend this position, you do this, you do this, you do this.
Yeah,
Very, very
you
repetitive
achieve
as
this.
it is.
Yeah.
Flight and everything was perfect. I thought the movement was amazing. They could have done more to have your suits cool down better, because I found that I don't know if you found the same, that your jets would overheat very quickly.
It's ridiculously, stupidly quick, no matter how high a level you went. I could understand if that was how it would be if you was a low level. When your pilot level increases, I reckon that you should have more access to getting better parts to maybe stop you from overheating much.
So the components you can get do help that, because with the soldier ranger, you can actually get one that makes your thrusters overheat 20%, 25% slower. So that is a fair chunk of a thing that makes you.
Yeah, but it's a fair chunk of something that's already bloody minimal anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the problem is they've kind of messed up the spawning rates for weapons and all equipment. So they've made it go from last patch they made it from going from like you were getting 12 masterwork items per like difficult stronghold, like master stronghold.
Yeah.
Now you're getting like 1, maybe 2, and then you're only getting like 3 legendary items per thing. So it's kind of like you're gone from getting really good gear for working really, really hard for it to you're getting fuck all for working hard. And that annoys a lot of people. So
yeah. See, I
you don't want to piss off your community.
No, you don't. You don't want to give people, too much too quick. Like there was a game. Was it RuneScape? And somebody played it for nearly a year, constantly for like 6 hours or something. A streamer played it for like 6 hours, and he constantly kept playing and playing and playing. It took him a year to get this one item that he was after. Because the drop rate was so low.
That's like a couple of things in World of Warcraft, to be fair.
But then that's the thing. If you're really into it and you want to be able to get that, that's fine. But to be able to have stuff to boost up your levels and other bits and pieces, it's always the same. How games work is it's not slow progression to a bell curve. It's always start the game, boom, and then come back down.
Yeah.
So you get up to a specific point very quickly, and a lot of mobile games do it where they push you up so quick to a point that once you get halfway up that incline, when you get to the full way, you've really enjoyed the game that much that you continue to play, and then it slows the pace down then. And with slowing the pace down, it then will prove who wants to play it on the longevity scale and who wants to just step away from the game once they get to that kind of access point.
I think the biggest problem is that something like Anthem and really fucking up the drop rates was the point that even Box was having this the other day, and I was noticing it firsthand. Was we were going out and we were doing stuff on his level, and he was opening crates and he was getting common items from it, which is ridiculous. Fine. You should still get the occasional common item, because then you can scrap it down for certain material that you need. Like in Diablo, for example, you want to find sometimes common stuff specifically for crafting material. However, when it is, you go to every single crate and the only things you're getting out of it are common items, uncommon. You're kind of sat there going, right, I'm max level.
I'm being screwed.
Yeah, these weapons aren't going to do anything for me. These equipment aren't going to do anything for me. What is going on with the spawn rate?
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's kind of like they're not even seeing what characters or what level. They're kind of just going loot.
Yeah. Right.
Almost like what Borderlands does with their like a million combination of. That is awesome. Talking about something that looks like Borderlands.
But yeah, so I wanted to be able to lead into
that looks
this.
like Naito's.
This is
just 3 balls.
This is a leak for what the new Apex character is going to be.
I love it.
I want to know what he does. Somebody explain it.
He looks like a psycho. Let's say he'll just run around, just like throwing acid at people.
Please let him just get like a buzz axe out and just start running at people.
Yeah, just.
What did you say, Ozzy?
I've also got some other leaks.
Is it in the kitchen?
Apex.
He looks like if you put Trevor in Borderlands, Trevor from GTA in a Borderlands costume, and just threw him into Apex after giving him loads of heroin.
From the first Borderlands, Nine Toes.
Yeah. Yes.
Nine Toes, the man that has 3 balls. Which is actually the thing that comes up on the screen. He's got 9 toes and 3 balls.
So why do they
I'm
call
assuming
it?
sacrifice a toe for an extra testicle.
Why-
I'm assuming
yeah.
you played the first ball.
Why do they call him
No.
9
You
toes and not
haven't.
3 balls?
Oh my god, that's fantastic. They call him 9 toes and he's got 3 balls.
Yeah, but why do they call him 9 toes and not 3 balls?
He's got 9 toes.
But he's also got 3 balls.
Yeah, he's got 9 toes.
The point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, but surely you
It's
would
like
pick out the fact that he has 3
3
testicles.
balls over 9 toes.
Over no, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's got. No. There's an eyeball.
rather
He might have an eye missing
rather
as well.
9 toes
Instead of
than
having
3
4
balls.
balls, he's got.
Okay, anyway,
don't know.
Ozzy, what rumour and stuff did you have?
So I've got 2 leaks for Apex.
Oh, battle
Yeah.
passes.
What did Tom say?
Battle passes.
Yes.
Fucking
That is one.
jumping on the bandwagon for
Oh.
everything.
Uh,
Yeah,
so
the
what's
battle
this?
pass.
Data
Battle passes.
miners. Data
What?
miners
Like
have been
Fortnite?
searching through the files and found stuff related to battle passes.
And then
The other
sources
leak
of games at the game, battle
is
passes were released.
NPCs.
NPCs?
Yes.
Ooh.
Non-playable characters in Apex.
Yes.
See,
Now,
I would
data
like
miners-
to see those kinds
But
of
like
things,
what?
though.
It'd
yeah,
be
but
like the helper drones and stuff in Titanfall, which just wander around with a big smiley face. They don't do anything, but they're just there. You can punch them.
I would like to see that there'd be NPCs about. I reckon it would make the game so much more interesting at the fact that if you had NPCs about guarding so you had like Imperial bots or something guarding different towns and cities, and then you had scavenger bots out in like the Thunderdome and bits and pieces.
The
like that.
Thunderdome.
What it would do is it would give away people's location a lot more.
Yeah.
And if you didn't take out these NPCs, you're setting yourself up to be able to fail, basically, because they're going to be shooting at you anyway.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to shoot back.
You could almost have like a drone hanging over the top kill scorer person, then it sort of gives away their location or things like that.
I think that's a little bit
bit
too
shite.
unfair.
No, not like massively, but like in the same region, not like straight above their head.
I think the idea of like having certain areas that you have to kind of fight your way into seems interesting. On the cargo ship, I would like to see guards.
Yeah,
I think that would be
Yeah.
quite interesting. Like you get up there, you go, yeah, I'm gonna get up here and get some loot, and then all of a sudden you've got fucking
You're-
jacked up guards, and you go, fuck, am I gonna risk it or am I gonna jump?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
It would mean that when they're trying to do like the drop rate for different guns, it could be put into specific locations
Yeah.
more. So
So you
which
can
means you can't just drop into those locations.
Yeah.
I'd like to
because-
see flat cannons at armory. Just shooting at you as you're falling in, and if you're not paying attention and you're just diving, you're gonna get shot at. You take damage before you even hit the floor.
Yeah, see, and I think things like this would make the world a dynamic place.
They need to keep the game dynamic. If they keep it the way I know as bad as it is because the game's only been out for a month. They keep it the way it is, it's gonna get stale, and the problem is people are gonna get bored of that. If they make it difficult and they make it one of those games that you have to work hard to play it and get
It's
good
going
at
to
it,
get loads of playability.
it's gonna
out
get
of it.
playability out of it.
Yeah.
On that note, along with the NPC leak, the NPC leak is attached to another one.
Not another one?
Another one, which is the leak of a gladiatorial survival mode.
Ooh.
So it's another game mode that has been leaked that's possibly coming in of some kind of gladiator type thing.
Gladiator.
We'll have to leave.
So I'm not sure
User
what that
disconnected
entails.
from
if
your
it's
channel.
What it says on the tin, I don't know.
Well, there was talks as well of like massive parties as well. There was talks of like 5-man squads and up to 20-man squads.
Oh yeah, it's 24-man squads, wasn't it?
Yeah, big like.
But then there's only
Side
like
by
60
side.
people in game.
Pardon?
But then there's like only 60 people in a server.
At the moment.
So it's like 24 doesn't go into 60.
Yeah, but like Martin said, at the moment, I mean,
Yeah.
I would like to see them do 5-6-man squads. I think that would be quite interesting. I think that would make it difficult. I think.
Well, for starters, 4-man squads. Come on.
Yeah, but why? Yeah, but
Respawn,
why
why
4?
three?
Because that is a very, very Fortnite thing. I think you've got 3, and that
Fortnite.
Four
Long
is
before
actually
that.
a very tactical thing because then you've got 2 pairs working in one team, and as far as military goes, that's how it always is.
I thought military goes as 3 pairs.
No.
So 3 pairs of 2.
No, it's always scout squads are always 4 people. So a scout
Yeah,
team
but
is always 4, so you'd have 2 lots, two twos, and then you then break it down into having a squad with 8 men.
Yeah, but then wouldn't they look in doing something like that? This is what I mean. If you're going to go from 3s, either go 3s to 6 or 3 to 8s.
I think if they went to 6, that'd be quite good. I think a 6-man squad would be a nice, comfortable squad.
Because you could easily break away for 2s.
Well, you could then use 3-man flanking teams. So.
Yeah, you can go middle and around.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why you military knowledge. The reason why they broke it down into having usually with 8 men is because you can pepper pot, and this is a very, very, very basic technique, but it works very, very well. The idea behind pepper potting is one unit would fire while the other would advance, and then it'd fire, advance, fire, advance, and it's called pepper potting.
Oh.
And it is a very, very basic technique, but it actually works really well. But you can't go prone on this game, so it kind of goes object.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you can pepper pot quite well on this kind of game with doing it because, for example, let's say you're at bridges and one team's in the house down below, you're firing from this, and you're sending the team round to loop round to the other house.
I think
the
if they made it
opposite
a
side.
6-man team, I think it'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
A 6-man team, I think, and it works very, very well.
And that adds to the uniqueness of the game as well, because most squad
it
games
also makes
do
it difficult because a lot of games that you kind of turn around and you go, right, we've gone into a squad game. There's going to be 4 people, so if we encounter 1, there's another 3 people. Nowadays, it would be you encounter 1, fuck, there's another 5 people.
Yeah.
Now we've got to be switched on.
Right. So my point is, would it be unrealistic that they could do the 6?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think it's unrealistic
shouldn't
at all.
be.
Right. I say it's not because how many characters are there already, as a basic standard?
8. No, as a standard, 6. Yeah,
6.
as an unlock, you've got 8.
Yeah. See, unlockable there is 8 characters so far, but basic standard there's 6. So what means to say that everybody in a squad couldn't run around as a single player?
It'd be easy to do.
Yeah,
It'd be very, very easy to do.
Mate, scrap getting last pick on that there.
And
Well, no, that's why you communicate and you go right. What.
And Aussie, how many people's in a server at the moment?
60.
60, which means you'd have 10
10
squads.
lots of 6. Yeah.
That'd be a better Royale type of game. I'd be more interested in that.
Especially in a
make
big map
games
like
probably-
Apex as well.
So how much
Yeah,
more?
the map of Apex isn't as big as you think it is.
It's not all that big, but if say everyone had like, instead of everyone starts in the one battleship, if everyone got chucked into their own battleships, but you'll jump where you wish. So
I'd like it
so
to
no
be-
one knows how many people is left in the ships.
I'd like there to be I'd like there to be 6 locations, and each game is random which location you turn up at.
Yeah.
Or there'll be multiple locations, but the 6 locations are ones that are picked every pre-game. You wouldn't know, it'd be all randomized.
Yeah.
And you would literally just drop into that location.
Yeah.
And that'd be it. And then you've got to grab what you can from your location, and essentially the ring just goes middle
Meet
is
in the
where we're
middle.
going.
Yeah.
And then it's just it forces everybody in one central. It'd just be a massacre, but it'd be amazing. It'd be funny.
It'd be funny.
It would be funny.
It would show a level of.
It wouldn't be a bad idea though, because you would have teams dotted around the outside. And
Around
for
the outside, around the outside.
for example, is what bunker is kind of.
You'd have bunker. You'd have the aquadam. You'd have thunderdome.
The
You'd
Thunderdome.
have the.
Oh no, I thought you said it was
airstrip.
like forcing you right into the centre.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about the ones that are on the outside edge. So the Thunderdome's one, the aqueducts.
Oh no, but like the bunker's middle.
Oh, the bunker. Yeah, it forces you to the bunker. So pretty much half the teams are going to be one side of the bunker, and the other half are going to be the other. So it's either going to be that death match in the corridors, or it's going to take you to the river side of Thunderdome, of the bunker. Which
Bridges.
Bridges, because that area is annoying to fight in. Because there's so many like vantage points everywhere, and you just gotta stop and go, "Fuck my life."
You don't want to be down low at that point either. If you've got any means of height advantage, keep it.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
would
Tom?
be.
Hello.
No, high advantage.
Oh, Aussie. That was really.
We have the high
really,
ground now.
Really low of you.
So short people.
Huh?
Yeah, Ozzy's a very tall guy.
I know.
Not really. Not this
Go-
day and age. I'm
Compared
short.
to you, he's
Compared to
very
me,
tall.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Ozzy,
compared to like Tom and Jordan.
Ozzy, you can't say at nowadays age I'm quite short because you're fucking not. If you're quite short for nowadays age, what does that make us? Fucking hobbits.
And the rest.
Yeah, but I'm
We
short.
make
I'm
we
short
make
for it.
kneecaps.
We'll
Look
bust
at
up your
15,
kneecaps.
16-year-olds these days, they're like 6'3".
I know.
Yeah,
It's-
see,
it's-
6'2" is the
I'm only
average
6
height
foot.
for what I would say is
Really?
a man should be.
Do you know what the average height is in the UK?
You're probably like your height.
5'9", which is
5'8".
exactly my height. So I'm exactly.
Tom's like, oh,
I
would be a dream.
am exactly average.
I remember like
Exactly.
I remember like 6 years ago where the height average was like 5'7".
I'm sorry I ruined it for you.
I hate the fact that I'm under 6 foot.
Amen.
I hate the fact that I'm 5'6".
Surgery
I-
needed.
No amount of
how
surgery
do
would
you
help.
how do you
Extensions.
surgery that?
You extend
Or
your knees.
just get. Yeah.
Did you like, expand your spine?
Bone extensions.
Yeah,
No, it's just legs.
just steroids.
It's all legs. To be fair, my legs are really
Yeah, but
short.
yeah.
My arms are really long. My legs are short.
But yeah.
But
Ba-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is there anything that anybody else wants to be able to go over? I think this week for streaming wise, it's looking like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday are going to be good days.
eligible.
Wednesday doesn't look like to be a good day, just due to the fact that there's bits and pieces at work that need doing. But yeah, everything is heading into the direction where streaming is going to be back on as normal. Can't touch
Is
the
he
floor.
playing? Oh my god.
No, I can't touch the floor, but I have to actually sit
Yeah,
in the
if
chair
he's
properly.
lean-
If I
if he's
lean
leaning
back,
back.
my feet actually do come off the floor, which is quite funny. Shut up. It's the fact that he was really, really seriously talking to me, and I just kind of pointed down, and he just looked.
And he's just like, would this be?
Just like that's weird.
So yeah, this week we're going to be carrying on with HellBlade. We're going to go through that, try and get that finished. If any of these guys and Ozzy is knocking around, I'm pretty sure that Apex is going to be on the cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only problem is I know that I'm going to be streaming on a Monday and Tuesday. I will probably get on loads earlier.
Okay.
When I say loads earlier, I'd probably do a good 6 o'clock till 12 o'clock stream. So a good 6-hour
Nice.
stream.
Stand by me.
Monday
something
and
to do.
Tuesday. It kind of makes up for the Wednesday. Thursday will probably be the normal 10 till 1. And Friday, I believe that I might do a nearly 12-hour stream on Friday.
When are you starting that one?
12
The afternoon.
in the afternoon. Start midday and finish midnight.
Nice. I'm at work.
Nice.
So I can join you like halfway through it.
Wait, what
Yeah,
day?
well-
Saturday.
Friday.
Friday.
It's just the fact that I'm working Saturday morning, but I'm off on Friday. So for
Yeah.
me, or you know, I might do a long one on Thursday. It's just if I do a long one, nobody else is usually around.
The long one, or she's not?
Both at the same time.
But yeah, Sinking City is something I'm really looking forward to. Can't wait for that to come out. I might buy this this new 3D version of the Factorio, and I might play that to death this week at some point. Especially if I'm doing a 12-hour and a 6-hour stream. So
Can I just say? As far as I'm aware, it's co-op.
Oh.
I would like you to double check that quickly.
I
As
will,
far as
I
I'm
will
aware, it is co-op.
quickly have a look.
I like turtles.
Toasty. I can't reach up to you. Yay, playing with buttons.
Button playing.
Button. Satisfactory. Early access.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Okay, that works.
I've come to talk.
Right, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just
Oh, 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 oh no.
What is going on?
Oh no.
That's not even nothing to do with it.
Oh no, we broke it.
Oh dear, we are in trouble.
Ah, fun. Coffee stain. Why did that make you laugh?
Coffee stain.
This conveyor belt's like awesome. Oh god. That's a lot of
It's the
conveyor belts.
music.
Oh, it's a splitter. Oh, what is that? It's a man.
That looks like the accelerator on Apex. A little bit.
Oh, yeah.
This reminds me of like No Man's Sky.
Workstation. Oh, what is that? What is that? That's James.
Oh!
Yeah, come up. Deforestation. That's me all over. Oh my god, this is epic.
Global warming.
I really, I really like it, but management-wise, like that, I prefer that view.
Kind of like terraforming. Terraforming the planet.
Oh my god, I love it. Oh, you got vehicles.
This is like a new farming surveyor.
You get
Yeah.
trains.
Space alien.
Where's the? I like brains.
I'll just say stuff like that here.
Yeah, hold on, Ozzy, we can't hear you. Skirt!
I'm assuming
What
you got
is
a
that?
rocket. I'm assuming there's a rocket shell off the planet.
What the hell is that?
I want one. Okay, I love this already.
Okay, 26 quid, I think that's worth it for this.
I mean, now I'm looking at it.
Whoa.
Wait, was that a space station?
It looks like it's a space station you're going to launch, but they stopped it just before, so it gives you the whole, what is that?
Knife.
I like it.
Mort.
What?
It looked like you're falling out of your chair then, but backwards. You're like, ugh. Squad of my eyes.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I went to my. I
So
was
it's
at
a
my friend's wedding,
pre-purchase at the moment.
which means that when it actually gets fully released, it's probably going to go up in price.
Okay.
Can't remember my login stuff.
Yeah, I can't at the moment, but I will be purchasing that in
Oh,
a
yes.
little bit. Maybe need to do some research on when that's actually going to come out then.
Yes.
Yes.
I use. But I like Factorio. I love Factorio. I like the
Factorio.
top-down view of it, but I've always looked at the game and gone, one thing I'd like to be able to do is switch between the two and go into first person and like go and shoot the aliens and stuff in first person. But I'm hoping in this one, if you go into like a blueprint like printer mode, and you put stuff down, it chucks you into that like top-down view.
Yeah.
Ooh. 10 hours.
Oh yeah,
How many have I
this
played?
is a different account I played it on.
How many have I played on that? You have to click on my person. Oh.
What?
My person.
Oh, what, down here.
Yeah.
I know. What I was looking for was their store page.
This was what, like 16 quid? Maybe 20?
Wub Software.
Wub.
Well, no, I just wanted to see whether it was the same kind of idea.
I think it's... Yeah, you have to go into games. It's down. No, sorry, games.
Beat Saber, 13 hours.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
162 games. Underneath the badges.
Under here.
Underneath the badges. That one. There you go. And then sorted by playtime, and then Factorio 61 hours.
I think Factorio.
219 hours on PUBG.
Yes. 129 hours on DayZ. Yeah, 86 hours on Rust, and 61 on that, and then 60 on Tom Clancy's The Division, 57 on Fallout 4.
I'd like to see my my total timeage on Apex.
That'd be interesting.
Where would you find that out to in Origins?
if it was going to be anywhere, but I don't know if they do that. No, they should do actually. They do the playtime.
That's a lot.
What about Overcooked? You like your Overcooked?
Maybe not a lot.
Only 12.
Well, that's still quite a lot of hours in Overcooked. So.
My Daisy's 241 hours.
That's gross.
On what?
Armor 3, 100 hours.
This
One of my
is
friends
a game I really want to start playing and getting into.
People are so salty in Dota.
What do you mean?
So salty.
Salty.
So salty. Worse than Salt Bay. The saltiest place on Earth, also known as...
Salty?
So yeah, if you click on Apex, sorry. It will show...
Someone say salt?
84 hours.
Oh, Aussie.
Aussie. Dropping the dollar.
Yeah,
The
84
salt.
hours.
Oh, so not a lot at the moment.
Aussie's climbing the leaderboard with now 35 bits. My neighbour told me that sometimes it stings when he pees.
Go to the
What
doctor.
is the pigeon perspective on this?
Go to the doctor.
Yeah, go to the doctor,
Get yourself checked.
Mr. Golf Pants.
Buy better pants.
I like how he's asking for a friend.
Does it sting when you pee?
Does it smell, buddy? I was just going to start reading off loads of stuff, and then you guys just were like silent, and I was going to be like, you know, get on down to your local doctor surgery. Where your doctor can help out with everything that you need on a Sunday. They are closed.
Not me at all.
Hey, we don't judge him.
Not me at all. Wink.
I mean, we don't judge here, so if you've done something you shouldn't have done, then... Yeah.
I'd probably suggest a 2-week course of antibiotics.
A 2-week course of antibiotics, but make sure that you get them from your local
Wrap
pharmacy.
it before you tap it.
And not
And
touch
leave the
feet.
Hoover alone.
Spiders live in there.
Yeah.
It's all spider bites. That's what
Deep
it is.
heat won't work on this.
No deep freeze.
Oh. I've done the deep heat on the testes before.
Yeah,
Why would you do that?
It was an
Rugby.
accidental thing
No.
for me. I was putting it on my leg.
Wait, I thought you meant on me then. I was like, hey, steady on.
He was cupping the field.
But no, I was doing it on my leg, and then I was just like, ah.
No.
And yeah, it was just like I must have caught it.
I
I didn't realise it until it was burning. So
I had
Burning
to-
sensation of your bollocks.
I had to play 80 minutes of rugby with a smouldering sack because it was
Now I'm just expecting him running around with a fire coming out of the bottom of his shorts.
it just as well had been, mate.
You got ginger pubes.
No,
Smoldering sack.
Charizard.
right, and on these notes, I reckon it's a good time for us to end. So,
Do you think?
I
I'm
think
loving
so.
this.
so yeah.
I'm tired. I need to go.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you for all the bits, Aussie.
Thank you for the sub as well, Boxall. Thank you for
Yes.
the follow by Boomy Records. Thank you very much, dude, and for the host as well.
Thanks for the bits from Mr. A.
Yeah, 2017.
You say things really quick. I can't comprehend it. 2017. You'd be a really good terms and conditions guy on the radio.
T's and C's batteries not included.
Did you say T's and C's batteries not included?
Yep.
What's on you
You don't get batteries of your terms and conditions.
I don't know. We've been talking about pee and pleasurable stuff. So make sure you get something that you can plug it into, Ozzy. And on that note, as well as the last note,
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la.
My deep balls.
we are going to end. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Ozzy, for coming on. Thank you for Voxel for the sub. Thank you very much, Boomy Records, for being able to follow us on Mixer. Thank you to A2017 on Twitch for being able to donate the bits into the jar, which we need to be able to get filled back up and everything as well. Joe, if you're re-watching this and you've managed to get to the end point, mate, where is all the bits going? Where are you?
You're losing.
Well, you're losing at the moment. Okay, right, I'm going. Right, take care, guys. Bye, 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 and we will see you soon.
Jazz hands.
Go back. Ready? All go down.
No, I don't dance.